No one will dare harm you again.
It's been 6 years since Alita Battle Angel first hit the big screen, and despite the long wait, it looks like the possibility of a sequel is still very much alive. Director Robert Rodriguez recently gave fans a glimmer of hope during an appearance on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. He confirmed that he and James Cameron are still very interested in continuing the story, saying, "Yeah, we want to do another one for sure." What's wild is that the massive set from the original film, complete with 7 streets and towering 20-foot ceilings, is still standing on Rodriguez's studio lot, practically ready to be used again. The first Alita film, released in 2019, brought Rosa Salazar's performance capture portrayal of the titular cyborg to life, impressing audiences with its visual effects. Based on Yukita Kishiro's cyberpunk manga Battle Angel Alita, the film followed Alita, a mysterious android with no memory of her past who gradually uncovers her identity and potential in a world overrun by machines, bounty hunters, and hidden agendas. It may not have been a massive critical darling, sitting at 61% on Rotten Tomatoes, but the film quickly found a loyal fanbase. That fan love shows too, with a solid 91% audience score on the site and consistent online support through the #AlitaArmy campaign. Although a sequel has yet to be greenlit, it's taking a path eerily similar to the first film's long road to the screen. Originally announced in 2003, Alita didn't get made for over a decade because James Cameron was deep into the Avatar universe. He ended up producing the 2019 film and writing its screenplay, while Rodriguez handled directing duties. Even with all the delays, both filmmakers have repeatedly said there's more than enough story material to keep the franchise going, and potentially expand it into multiple sequels. Despite the lack of official confirmation, the passion behind the scenes hasn't faded. Rodriguez recently shared in another interview with The Wrap that he and Cameron are still committed to making Alita 2 happen. According to him, the delay is partly because of the studio shuffle. 20th Century Fox was acquired by Disney, which led to a pause on several in-development projects. But now that the dust is starting to settle and Fox is rolling out new releases again, the timing might finally be right. Of course, the fanbase has been doing its part to keep the momentum alive. Since 2020, Alita supporters have been pushing for a sequel on social media and even called for the film's re-release in theaters. Cameron has publicly supported the Alita Army, showing that he's not just behind the camera, he's with the fans too. For now, though, concrete updates remain limited, especially since Rodriguez's latest work includes Spy Kids Armageddon for Netflix, and Cameron is booked solid with Avatar sequels through 2029. But there are signs of progress, even if they're subtle. Actor Jeff Fahey, who played McTeague in the original film, recently shared that he's set to reunite with Rodriguez in summer 2024 for a new project, and hinted that it could very well be Alita 2. Fahey has worked with Rodriguez several times in the past, including on Planet Terror, Machete, From Dusk Till Dawn, and more recently, Hypnotic. His connection with the director suggests that when the time comes, Rodriguez will likely lean on familiar faces. Even though McTeague was a relatively minor character in the first film, bringing him back in the sequel could be a smart way to flesh out the bounty hunter world that Alita inhabits. His return might also deepen the storylines involving other characters like Koyomi, played by Lana Condor. Plus, it would be a fun nod to longtime Rodriguez fans who appreciate his habit of working with a consistent group of actors. If Fahey comes back, who knows? Maybe we'll even see appearances from other Rodriguez regulars like Danny Trejo or Antonio Banderas. What makes the prospect of a sequel even more likely is the unexpected box office success of Avatar: The Way of Water. With its massive earnings, the film proved that Cameron can still pull in huge numbers, and that audiences are willing to wait years for his projects. During press tours for Avatar 2, Cameron even brought up Alita 2, stating that he and Rodriguez are both still determined to get it made. They even joked about swearing a blood oath to make it happen, underlining their commitment in a humorous but heartfelt way. Interestingly, Cameron also dropped a big hint last year when he explained why he was selling his California mansion. He revealed that since the Avatar sequels are being made in New Zealand, he'd be spending more time there. But for Alita, he said he'd be working in Austin, where Rodriguez's studio is based. That little detail, while casual, suggests some real behind-the-scenes planning is underway. Cameron also previously mentioned that he's already outlined the story arcs for not just one, but two more Alita films. Still, there are plenty of factors to consider. The original Alita had a hefty budget, estimated between $150 and $200 million, and while its $405 million global box office isn't insignificant, it wasn't quite the box office smash studios hope for when considering sequels. That financial gray area, combined with the corporate restructuring after Disney acquired Fox, has no doubt contributed to the slow movement on the project. But now, with streaming platforms hungry for blockbuster-level content and studios looking for existing properties with loyal fan bases, the timing may finally be right. It also helps that Alita stands out in the sci-fi genre with its unique blend of cyberpunk aesthetics, martial arts action, and heartfelt character moments. Unlike many adaptations, the film managed to retain the spirit of the manga while still appealing to general audiences, and fans aren't the only ones who believe there's still more story to tell. Rosa Salazar, who played Alita, has consistently expressed interest in reprising the role. Thanks to the motion capture tech used to create her character, she could realistically play Alita for many years to come without aging out of the role. That flexibility is another reason a sequel still feels viable, even years later. At this point, the stars are slowly beginning to align again. Rodriguez remains passionate and prepared. Cameron is willing and actively planning for it. The cast seems game, and fans have never stopped asking. The only piece missing now is a green light from Disney. Given that the studio is gradually reviving old Fox properties, and Cameron remains one of the most bankable names in Hollywood, there's a solid case for Alita 2 to finally move forward. If and when it does, fans can probably expect something even more ambitious than the first film. The world of Iron City and the mysterious Sky City of Salem only scratch the surface of the broader lore in the manga. There's so much more to explore, from Alita's past as a powerful warrior in a forgotten war to her evolving relationships and deeper political layers. Rodriguez and Cameron have both hinted before that there's enough material to support multiple sequels, which means a second film could serve as a launching pad for a whole series. So, while nothing's official just yet, it's clear the desire to return to Alita's world hasn't faded. If anything, the buzz is growing stronger. Between Rodriguez's set still sitting in his parking lot, Cameron's ongoing involvement, and subtle casting teases from actors like Fahey, it feels like momentum is building up. With luck, and perhaps a little help from the fans, the next time we see Alita won't be in a rewatch, but in a brand new chapter of her story. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Your suggestions for future videos are always welcome in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay in the loop. And if you want, you can share your thoughts about this video in the comments.